Hi, this is Joanna. Today I want to take you through a process, a journey of healing and transformation, something that everybody goes through at some point in life. It could be a big healing journey or a small, short one. Anyway, it happens to every single human being at some point in life, or you can have many healing journeys. So you may be familiar with another journey of transformation, the hero's journey created by Joseph Campbell. This is a structure that is being used in movies, stories. The hero is going on a journey, whether he or she wants or not. And along the way, there is a sort of transformation. There are obstacles, but also helpers along the way. So in fairy tales, people have a lot, the hero has a lot of helpers along the way. And so as we go through our own healing journeys in life, whatever they are, there are also people along the way, not just one person, but many people that can offer some support along the way. And by the end of the video, right here, I'm going to have a path of healing. And that would be a path that will have the typical elements of a healing journey. In your own life, you are the hero in your own life. There are no typical journeys, and yet there are some elements that we can expect that will be common to many of us. What are we healing from, and where are we going? We are healing from, it could be a divorce, wanted or unwanted. It could be a diagnosis. It could be loss of any sort. Maybe you lost a person. Maybe you lost a significant amount of money or job or an opportunity that you really identified yourself with. So when we are healing from something, there's always a sense of loss. Or maybe even you want to leave your religion. And where are we going with this? What is that final destination? It would be wholeness, healing, whether it's physical healing or emotional, spiritual healing, but also it is authenticity, coming to a place of peace with who you are. It's also coming to a place where you let go of the layers of what was really not you. So it's a place of wholeness and authenticity. What we are not doing, we are not going back to the place that we came from. We are not going back to the old life. So even though what I'm going to draw here will look light, but this path is no joke. This is often the dark night of the soul. This is facing your biggest fears. What is setting us off on this journey? It could be a divorce, diagnosis, an awakening. Maybe you are considering change in life, but you have no courage to do it yourself. So you start having symptoms in your body, for example, midnight anxiety. And never question midnight anxiety. Okay, so what happens? First, there is this big event, and then what? We go through denial. Actually, each big change in life encompasses the 5 stages of grief. First, denial, then there is anger, bargaining, then there is depression usually, and finally, maybe at some point, acceptance. What happens if we get stuck in denial? So we are not going on that path. We create this little, I don't know, appendix here, and we get stuck there. And along with denial, sometimes we can also get into a place of victimhood. Staying here, arguing with the reality means that you deny yourself the opportunity to move on and find your wholeness and find your truth. Because right now here, nobody can promise you anything. And this is why faith and trust in life is important to develop. So if you decide to stay in this appendix of denial and victimhood, I'm sorry, I don't have a better word for it. This is not even a detour, okay? It's like a cul-de-sac. This is where things gather, but they never leave that place. There is no flow. This is a stagnant place. When you are no longer in denial, when you know that now it's up to you to create, to heal from this event, you are crossing the bridge. There is a river, in a way of river of forgetting, and there is a bridge to the other side of the river. And in a way, it's a bridge to taking personal responsibility for your healing, however it may look like. So now that you cross the bridge, what are you doing? You know that you are not going back. So in a way, this bridge evaporates. It evaporates behind us. And we have to somehow, we try to make sense of what happened, but intellectually, this doesn't work. We have to find the solution and the answers on different levels than just logic. So there will be a lot of soul searching. You may start from reading some books written by authors who went through this, who help others with it, or people who went through what you went through, and now they are happy. So you also may fall off the bridge to the river if you decide to soothe your pain with overeating, overdrinking, or gambling, or doing something that in the end may create even more pain. But let's assume that you are moving forward. Maybe you are also open to finding a therapist, or it could be a support group. So you found your support group, and it may feel in itself like coming back home. People get you, they speak the same language, you have this one thing in common. Everybody has the same or similar wound. It could be even a church, okay? New spiritual place for you. So you found a support group and you feel really good in it until you are ready for the next stage. And sometimes you see that you have healed and people in this group still continue identifying with their wound. They talk about themselves as a person who survived this and that. And you start noticing that it no longer serves you, that you want to be more than. And if you joined, for example, some sort of spiritual community, you may get disappointed because you put them on the pedestal, especially the leaders of those groups. And then you notice that they are just humans and you do not like what they are doing. So you are leaving your group, but very often you will have a friend, you will find somebody very important that you will support each other on this journey. So you are ready to move forward with your new group of friends or just one friend. But if you are not into people, maybe the next stage for you is solitary travel. Maybe you decide to drive across the country or into the wilderness. An example of this choice is a book, Eat, Pray, Love, or Cheryl Strait wrote a book, Wild, From Lost to Found, something like this. What is next for you? You may look for teachers. It could be a therapist, a coach, a hypnotherapist, a sort of healer, or even a shaman. It will not be just one person. There may be a lot of healers, mental health professionals. I have the honor of assisting people as a coach and a hypnotherapist, and sometimes people ask for past life regression when they are trying to find answers. but this is just a part of the whole journey. So you may also want to go on some sort of retreats. You want to leave the place where you live, the environment, the known environment, and go to a new place. But there may be a time when you are having your dark night of the soul. Actually, you can have the dark night of the soul here, but you may want to seek a retreat where you can completely fall apart and surrender to the overwhelming emotions that are coming back. So you are going to have your dark night of the soul. Maybe it will be a solitary retreat. I know that I had my own solitary retreats and went to fall apart in my cave, a place where people don't talk. There is a silence on the grounds and a true place of healing. You may also go to those retreats with other people. Depending on your problems, you may start from taking steps on the physical level, but it's about changing something in your mind. So it will be mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical in the end. There are 4 layers of change. And here might be a good example. When you have that midnight anxiety, okay, this applies to the whole path. When in the beginning you have this midnight anxiety because you have a horrible job that it really kills you. Through this pain, life is asking you to create some changes. But if you just notice this midnight anxiety and all you do is you take pills, okay, that would be the physical solution, you are covering up the voice of your soul. You are covering up the voice of your heart, what your heart wants for you. In other words, you are not listening. So life has to yell at you. It could be that maybe you get into a lawsuit or maybe you have a client from hell. It's something to wake you up. This is not your path anymore. You have to stop it and start something new. What is calling you? Your potential and the life purpose may be calling you through this pain and this stress. There is a lot of fear right here. That's why you are not listening to your heart. That's why you are denying the calling. This path may also be a journey of overcoming your limiting beliefs along all of the other emotional practices and transformations you are going through, emotional processing. This is also change in your beliefs. And what happens on a journey of changing limiting beliefs is that the universe is going to test you. Okay, you have done your work and now the universe is testing you. In other words, the universe is testing your commitment to your path. Do you really believe it? Somebody wants something from you, and because you were people-pleasing in your past life, or you had problem with boundaries, now this person comes to you with a request that is really not sitting well with you. So in a way, it's testing your commitment to setting boundaries, saying no, not pleasing other people, but sticking to your path. Another thing that you may notice on this journey, pay attention if this is happening, because this is a sort of trap, is a place where you say, I'm done, enough already. I have done ayahuasca, I went to this retreat, I did regression, I bought 3 pounds of crystals, and nothing. I still don't have what I want. It especially happens when you just want this one big reward, either the money that you lost before or the person, right? You want to find the love of your life, and you may say, I have done enough work already on myself, so it should be happening. And when you hear yourself say, it should be happening enough already, notice if maybe maybe there is a sense of entitlement. It's not only the destination, it's also the journey, and everything that you have done along the way, it was for you. It is yours. What do you think it is? How long do you think it takes? At least months, but sometimes a year, couple of years. Sometimes it may be longer. Everything that you have done along the way, it was your growth. It's yours. You are going to take it and use it. This may be preparing you for something different. So when you notice this entitlement, it feels like it's going nowhere. It's a limiting belief. It is going somewhere, but it's one of those typical places along the healing journey. What is next for some people, it's they either give up, they say, I just give up on the search, I really don't know if there's anything else for me. They stop caring in a way, they stop pushing and creating the tension, and then the next thing they know, it happens for them. I also noticed that in other journeys, like weight loss or trying to overcome certain negative habit, I relax, let go, and the change happens on its own. It seems like it happens on its own, but everything that we have done before, it contributes to this result. When I say faith, I always talk about it in terms outside of religion. For me, the most important thing is that you have faith in yourself and in your path. Even when you look at the process that Joe Dispenza has in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, he says this: the outcome has to surprise you. It cannot be something that you planned for in details. He says, after you decide who you no longer want to be, and decide who you want to be, and then you surrender. You have to surrender to that greater intelligence within you, that greater intelligence that is giving you life. You can open yourself to so many possibilities in the quantum field, because the work that you are doing here with the shamans, with the healers, with the coaches, it's also work in the quantum field. So what is this? This is the symbolic closure of this journey. You will come to a place in life where you will have a sense of closure, stability, comfort within yourself, sense of restored identity and self-worth. You will feel grounded in a life and within yourself. If you want to know more about any parts of this journey, and if you need some guidance, I'm here for you. PositivelyRebellious.com. Thank you for watching.